took 300 million, which he took to Ondo State. You must understand the leakage between that bleeding of our hard-earned currency and the challenges that we face today. If somebody put fire in your farm and burned out the farm during harvest, can you get food to eat? What President Buhari is doing today, first, is to regain the confidence of Nigerian people in their own country, to command respect of other nations around the world, to recognize that we remain Africa's largest economy and the most proud, energetic people in the African continent. But because of many years, common sense, what they destroyed in 16 years, what the PDP destroyed in 16 years, do they expect that a miracle Buhari can do it in 1 year? It's not possible. The truth is, when they have pulled down your house and you inherit a house that has been vandalized, you will find that first, you need time to remove the debris. That takes time. When you have removed them, you need to investigate the strength of the foundation. How rotten is it? Can you just continue to build on it as business as usual? You may find that you cannot. So you may need to remove some of the foundation and do concrete pile foundation that can carry all the skyscrapers that you will erect. This process takes time. And now, these guys who bleeded the economy, who are confessing today the way witchcraft used to confess in local villages, how they share money meant for defense. The money voted to protect Christians in churches and protect Muslims in mosques. They converted this money to self-help. And even the Pelebe who wants to be your governor, he agreed, he took 700. Hey, this is a guy who couldn't make it to law school, by the way. Now imagine those of you who made it to law school in Edo State. If each of you were to take 5 billion, how many billion will it be? One frustrated guy, rusticated by Unibel, unable to go to law school, carry pastor as a title to conceal his poor background and his violent youth records. If he can take as much as he took, where will you find the money to support your naira? And we must remember, by 1999, when PDP took over, the official exchange rate of the naira was about 50, 60 naira to $1. By the time they left, when God vanquished them and they left, a naira had already crossed over 200. So, if you have to understand why prices are moving, you must understand the rogue that broke into your store and removed your foodstuff. If you can't connect today to yesterday, then the armed robbers will confuse you. Today, none of them arrested as denied collecting. But when they are arrested, they will say, they told me it's for party. How much do you need to win election? What you need to win election is to speak to your records, the way we are doing. When I go to Ikpobaga, people say, comrade, thank you so much. When I go to Ego, where Mami Water is, people are hungry. One old man came out of his car. He said I should clap his back. I don't need to bribe you to win election. But if all you have done in life is manipulating public treasury, how can you want to come back? But I do not understand why others are charged and his own is being delayed. But I know that once you are caught, as they say, many days for the thief, 60 years for the thieves. So I want to assure you The war that is going on is at two levels. The one that everybody talks about is the one against Boko Haram. By the special grace of God, today, the president is presiding over 774 local governments. But by the time PDP left, Boko Haram was controlling 28 local governments in the northwest. Today, the Nigerian armed forces have re-invented themselves under a commander-in-chief that knows his onions, that will not divert money for defense, will not divert money meant to pay soldiers allowance. And therefore the officers are fighting, the men are fighting, and Boko Haram is on the run. And Nigeria is going to be safe again. That is the way to go. But it cannot be overnight. But we see a president who is ready for action. And the men are fighting. Have you heard soldiers running away again? But before...
You're still watching the Edo APC Governorship Campaign rally taking place in the Bubauha local government of Edo State. Presently, Governor Adams Oshomole is speaking, addressing the electorate, canvassing for votes on behalf of the candidate, Godwin Obaseki, and of course his deputy. But we would just like to state here that the allegations being made by the state governor Oshomole concerning certain groups and individuals in the state does not, and I repeat, does not reflect the views of Channels Television at this moment. Well, the campaign is still ongoing in Bubauha, and we'll just return to Governor Adams Oshomole to hear more of what he's saying at this time.
In trying to understand this paradox, you have to look in the area of corruption. And as you know, when a man steals enough, he has enough to fight back. So right now, corruption is fighting back. They are hiring columnists to write columns. They are hiring some fake people to organize protests. They want to divert attention. When you hit them, they say it's because of their tribe. You hit them, they say it's because of their religion. You hit them, they say it's because of where they locate. But when they were looting, religion was not an issue. We saw a Muslim Dasuki confessing to give it to an Edo leader who is a Catholic, whether he's practicing or not. At that level, there is no tribalism. We saw a Sokoto Dasuki give it to Ondo, former secretary. There was no problem of Tiwa or Namune, Dukasu, Suhada, Surabakudi. So when it comes to stealing, federal character disappears. But when you bring them to prosecution, then they play up bail settlement to cover their greed. But I'm happy. We have a president they cannot intimidate, they cannot harass, and they cannot question. And he will bring them to justice. And I assure you, common sense, you women, when you go to the stream to fetch water, if the pot is leaking and you keep pouring water, will the pot ever full? So it makes sense for those who are saying, because I see some sponsor writers, Buhari, corruption don't have a problem now, we want food. How can we have food if you people are taking so much and those who work cannot be paid? How? How? What has been stolen? How do we get it back? At $140 a barrel, Nigeria producing 2.4 million barrels a day with a budget highest in our history of $78 a barrel. Nigeria has no saving because the money was stolen. Even the raid that had just been commissioned, if President Buhari had not intervened, that money was already diverted. Everywhere you go, security, health, money voted for everything, education, all vanish. So I ask you to understand when they come around and say, what is the price of Gari? What is the price of this? What is the price? Tell them, if somebody put fire in your cassava farm, will you find Gari to harvest? But you will replant, as we are replanting now. But cassava will take time to grow. Today, 30 states are producing rice. Rice that we used to import. And if we sustain this, People who are complaining